At first, it doesn't feel like too much. It feels like care, like effort, like doing what you're supposed to do. You show up, you listen, you make time. You try to keep things good between you. And that all sounds healthy, until slowly something starts to feel off. Not in a dramatic way, just a quiet sense that you're doing more than you're getting back. But you push it aside, because you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to seem difficult. You don't want to risk disrupting something that matters to you. So you keep giving. And over time, that giving can turn into something else. One of the signs is that you're always the one adjusting. You change your plans. You shift your schedule. You make things easier for them. Not occasionally, but consistently. And it starts to feel like your needs come second, like you're fitting your life around theirs rather than meeting somewhere in the middle. Another sign is that you're doing most of the emotional work. You're the one checking in, the one keeping conversations going, the one trying to resolve issues. If something feels off, you're the one who brings it up. If there's distance, you're the one trying to close it. And while that might come from a good place, it can become one-sided. Because a relationship should be shared, not carried. There's also the way you handle your own needs. You might start to downplay them. Tell yourself it's not a big deal. That you don't want to ask for too much. That it's easier to just let things go. So instead of expressing what you need, you hold it in. And over time, that builds. Because those needs don't disappear. They just stay unspoken. Another sign is that your mood starts to depend on them. Their messages, their attention, their reactions. If they're warm, you feel okay. If they're distant, you feel unsettled. And without realizing it, your emotional state becomes tied to how they show up, which gives them a kind of control over how you feel, even if they don't intend it. There's also the effort you put into being understood. You explain yourself. You try to communicate clearly. You make the effort to see things from their perspective. But that effort doesn't always come back the same way. You don't always feel heard or fully understood. And yet, you keep trying, hoping that if you just explain it better, things will click. Another sign is that you feel drained more often than fulfilled. You still care about them. You still want the relationship. But it takes more out of you than it gives back. And that can be confusing, because you might think, if I care this much, why does it feel this way? But care and balance aren't the same thing. You can care deeply about someone and still be giving too much. There's also a fear underneath it, a fear of losing the relationship. So you tolerate more than you normally would. You avoid certain conversations. You accept things that don't quite sit right, because the idea of things changing or ending feels worse. And that fear keeps the pattern going, because you're protecting the relationship at the expense of yourself. And maybe the clearest sign is this: you don't feel fully like yourself anymore. You've adjusted so much, held so much back, given so much of your energy, that you've lost a bit of your own space in it. And that's where it starts to matter. Because a healthy relationship shouldn't require you to disappear. It shouldn't leave you feeling like you have to earn your place or constantly prove your value. It should feel like a shared space where both people show up, where both people give, where both people feel seen. So if you recognize these signs, it doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It means you've been trying to make something work, trying to care, trying to hold things together. But there's a difference between effort and overgiving. And once you see that difference, something shifts. You start to notice where you're stretching too far, where you're saying yes when you mean no, where you're holding back what you actually need. And from there, you can begin to rebalance things, not by taking everything away, but by bringing yourself back into the relationship, your needs, your voice, your space. Because you're not meant to lose yourself in order to keep something going. You're meant to be part of it, fully.